So hello fellow stamp collectors, how you going today? And in today's video we're looking at some Victorian stamps. So with Australian stamps, the main ones I do collect now are Victorian and the other colonial states, and these were issued, I think the first Victorian stamp was 1854. Sorry, my mistake. They were 1850 up until 1913. So in 1913, Australia actually issued the first stamps, which were the King George the Fifth stamps, and also the Australian map with the kangaroo on it, which were a bit controversial at the time. But as for Victoria, I've only got these four to show. I do have a 1 pence stamp, but that is on a postcard, and I'll do another video on those postcards. So the top two we have here are from the 1900s, so they would have been issued in about 1900 to 1913. So these would have been issued up until the end of the use of the colonial postage stamps. And if I can actually get the page up, page 5. So the online catalog that I use for these is Stamp World, and that's pretty much the best catalog you're going to get online. So if you actually try and look at the actual watermark. So this one actually does, yes, it has been hinged, so it's going to interfere with the actual watermark. But I actually need to get better tweezers for my stamps. But as you can see, it has two lines, so this is not really in the best condition you actually want to get it. And this is the actual 2 pence stamp. So this one is from the 1905 to 1907 series of prints. And this one's very common, so in this condition, you're probably talking about 50 cents. And if you want to uncirculate, talking about $10. Talking about an uncirculated one, we have this stamp. So if I can actually pick it up properly. So this one, if you look at the actual watermark, it's a bit hard to actually tell, because this one has, it has also been hinged, but this one's pretty much an uncirculated stamp in pretty good condition. So that is those two, and this 4 pence is from the same series as this, and in uncirculated they're worth about $15. If you want it used, you're probably looking at about $1. But because it's got a hinge on it, the price will actually be a lot lower. And then we have these two stamps down here. So this one was first issued in 1861, and it says it has a netted corner, but I'm not really too sure what I'm actually looking for. No, I actually need a better, it looks like a net corner, but there's also ones with different watermarks. And can you see a watermark on there? I personally can't, or I can't actually tell, but if we turn it over, you can see it's been hinged as well. It's got a price on it, looks like 1 shilling, or 15 shillings actually. And yeah, I'm not too sure on the actual watermark for that stamp. But this one's actually the bit more expensive stamp. Then we have the actual 4 pence from the same series. So this one, you can see this, the watermark is definitely lettering. The 4 pence on the first issue for a circulated one is worth about $10. For the 1 penny, you're talking also about $10. In uncirculated, they're actually a bit more. So uncirculated is about $150 and about $140. So it's actually quite a valuable set of stamps. But you do have other issues. So the second issue of this one in use is about $10. And that is the 1863. So these are actually quite old stamps, 150 years old. And then after that, they actually changed the design of the actual stamp. So these ones were taken out of use. So these stamps are actually quite an expensive series down the bottom. So basically all these stamps, you got $15 for this one, probably a bit less, I'd say probably about $10. And then you got $10 for these two, and this one's probably a little bit less, because with the cancelled stamps you want it in actual good condition, so probably $5 for that. And this one's in pretty good condition, so that's about $10. So you got 10, 20, about $25 worth of stamps there. And these are actually still very collectible. People actually do like to use to collect these, and they don't really you can't actually use them for postage anymore. Haven't been able to use them since 1913, so that's over 100 years. But they're actually a nice series with Queen Victoria on them, and Victoria is actually named after her. And let me know down below if you actually collect colonial stamps from Australia, because it's actually quite a nice series, and hopefully I can build up my collection a bit more. And thank you very much for watching.